I mean, Ryan Garcia can't beat Tank. They fight tomorrow, and Tank will beat him again.
Would it be fair to say that you think Ryan quit?
Yeah.
And Ryan can quit.
Max, he quit.
So you think he
like
quit
every
too?
other fighter out there. There's no doubt about it.
In the end, Ryan is more skill than will.
Coming off his only but biggest loss of his professional career, rumors of snakes in his camp, issues with his promoter, left his trainer. I think the question is a valid one. Is Ryan Garcia done? And I don't mean done in the sense of, are we ever going to see him fight again? Obviously we are. I more so mean, does Ryan Garcia have what it takes to win the biggest fights against the biggest names on the biggest stage? I think in specific against Tank, you saw a real lack of discipline in that second round, and I think it all goes back to him having no structure with his trainers. Insert the best trainer in the world, Derrick James. Ryan recently joined boxing's best stable in Dallas, Texas, headlined by guys like Earl Spence, the Charlo twins, Anthony Joshua, Frank Martin, and now Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan joining Derrick was the best decision he possibly could have made for his career. As many of you know, he first trained with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo's team, but it really seemed like there was just something there that wasn't clicking. I don't blame him. Eddie Reynoso speaks, I think, only Spanish. Ryan doesn't speak Spanish very well. I wouldn't be surprised if there was just like a real communication gap, a real connection gap there. Then he goes on and he joins Joe Goosen, who he left, and I think it's with good reason. I mean, it didn't seem like a very conducive relationship.
The better relationship you have with these guys, the more they understand you as an individual, and they know that you're really with them. And so with Ryan, I just think it's more about relationship. I mean, you have to be what they need you to be to get the best out of them or the most out of them.
It really seems like I said, Ryan made the best possible decision, because any normal boxing fan can see the deficiencies that Ryan has. He tends to drop his hands a lot, and he really, like I said, lacks that discipline. Not only will Derrick give him the best chance to be successful, I think Derrick and him can form the best connection of any trainer that Ryan has had in the past. Multiply that by the fact that he's now training with the best boxers in the world, and I really think we could see the best Ryan Garcia in no time. Now, the interesting part of the discussion is that a lot of people have said, well, don't you think previous trainers have told Ryan these things that he's lacking and maybe he just doesn't listen? And that's fair, but I feel like with a guy like Derrick James, he's really willing to put in the work, and I think now, if Ryan Garcia fails or really lacks that discipline again, he has no choice but to look at himself, because he's surrounded by the very best in the world and they're getting results on a consistent basis. And if you're the only one not getting said results, that's a reflection on you and you only. So I definitely do think there will be some growing pains, but I do see him ultimately being able to get back on track because of the guys he's surrounded by. He also moved up to the 140-pound division, something that he feels he desperately needs, and I think we could expect to see a debut here in the coming months. Him and Rolly Romero also seem dead set on fighting each other after Ryan's initial debut at 140, two fights that I think would be absolutely perfect to start Ryan's career at 140.
Bring on Rollies. You know, he part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I didn't get my get back, so I'm going to beat Rolly's ass, and we're going to have that at 140.
Multiply that by being around Derrick James, and I really think we're going to start seeing the best Ryan Garcia we've ever seen. Him and his head promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, have also been having a ton of issues. I think a new promotion for him would do wonders. Now, I don't have an exact promotion in mind, but I just think Golden Boy and him, they just don't mesh. I think Ryan needs a complete fresh slate all around. Beyond his own promotion via self-marketing and social media, I don't see what Golden Boy brings to the table that would help add value to Ryan's name. New trainer, new promotion, new division, and new location as he moved to Dallas, like I said before. I actually think this could be the beginning of something special for Ryan. Ultimately, I think that loss to Tank could be the best thing that's ever happened to him in his career.
A win, I wouldn't have got to see it. A loss, I seen everybody leave me, and then I just got to see who was really there for me. After the fight, nobody was there for me. Like, my team, but just didn't come to the press conference. I was left with somebody betrayed me in camp. They weren't trying to look out for me after the fight. It was like, I was left with that.
That's worse than the fucking fight.
Bro, it was the worst. And I had Tank's team really caring about me more than my own team.
What I like most about Ryan is that he's very unafraid to take the biggest risk at the biggest stage, and I think boxing needs as much of that as we can possibly get. I also think he set a standard for up-and-coming boxers to overcome whatever obstacles there may be and put on the biggest shows possible. He understands how to put on a show, and I'm hoping that this new chapter in his life helps him unlock his full potential so that we can see more of those big-time shows against big-time fighters. So the answer is no, I don't think Ryan Garcia is done. I actually think he might just be getting started.